What is going on, cowboy? In this video, we've got a new crypto project called Miners, and we're going to deep dive this thing with its founder. His name is Junior. He's a fellow YouTuber, fully doxing himself, and we need to shake him out. We need to see, hey, are you trying to scam us? What's your deal here? Is this a legit project trying to go somewhere, or are we just wasting our time? Look, you and I, we are trying to find the best research we can to get to our next Bitcoin, because we will be future millionaires if we hold those Bitcoins in this really good projects. I truly believe that. If you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to my second Bitcoin while helping you to your next one. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just a cowboy with a lizard brain, gorilla arms, and diamond hands exploring the wild west of cryptocurrency with a whole bunch of other cowboys. If you want to join us, hit the subscribe button down below. Head into the Telegram. That's the saloon where we're always talking about the latest and greatest coins. It's just get ahead of the curve a little bit, up-to-date information. Look, if you're on YouTube and you're like me and you're trying to do a lot of research, you find these YouTubers who are trying to give you about these projects. Here's the thing. They are biased. There's biased information in there, especially, I mean, I do it a little bit, but even then I try to be as unbiased as possible, but there is still a little bias. Look, when a YouTuber takes money from a coin to talk about it, they're not trying to say anything bad about it. Okay. So you're not going to hear all the ins and outs of it. But I like to hold AMAs, interviews with the founders, with the developers, because I want to say, hey, this is dumb, or hey, this is amazing. And it's just information for you to decide whether or not this coin is right for you. So today we have Miners. So if you're watching this video or listening to this podcast, it's this new crypto project called Miners. And but we've got the founder, Junior, in the hot seat today, and we're going to shake him down and grill him for questions. Junior, welcome to the hot seat.
Man, thank you, Cowboys, for having me in the building. Like, I'm very happy to be here. Like, I've been looking forward to this, and it's finally happening. I can't stress how happy I am right now. Like,
I'm pretty stoked for this. I'm ready to grill you for questions. I know you're ready. Before we get into all of that, though, tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your background? What's your origin story before coming into crypto?
so before coming to crypto, I've been doing a lot of videos in Germany. Like, I'm known for making comedy videos with my channel King Junior, where you can simply type in and see me there. I do, like, obviously they're all in German, so you won't really hear anything, a lot of just noise. But I'm known for comedy videos with over 140,000 subscribers in Germany. And when I dive into crypto, I was already prior to that into crypto because I've always loved crypto since 2017, if I recall, after high school. I was just like so curious and not really understanding much about Bitcoin, but just like as many people, just like trying to see where it would go, what would be in future. So when COVID like just break, I was like, you know what, it's about time for me to like do what I've been like trying to do for a long time and simply start building an audience and talking about cryptos because I've been trying to do this for a long time, but I was kind of just like pushing it, in future. But when COVID came, I was like, you know what, it's about the time to simply focus. And that's how I created the channel Money Talk with King Junior, and I talked about stocks. Then afterwards, I focused on our crypto.
Of course, of course. Well, you have to focus on crypto as an investment, asset as well. So you had your first taste in crypto in 2017, and you were
Yeah,
making videos in German, and now you're making videos about financing and investing, of course, stocks,
yeah.
whatever else, real estate, whatever else. But then, of course, crypto needs to be a big part of that because there is a lot of money and wealth to be made in crypto, but there are also a lot of scams, a lot of deadbeat projects. So that's what we're here to find out. Your project Miners here. And by the way, I watch your YouTube channel. Guys, if you're interested in any of that stuff, he has some like behind the scenes footage and stuff like that of him going to where the Miners project, we'll get into it, like the facility and stuff like that, and going there. Check out his YouTube channel, and hit the subscribe button and like button on his videos. Check him out if you're really vibing with him. But I want to talk about Miners here. Tell me about what is Miners, what's it all about, what's it trying to accomplish?
So miners is like one of the most diverse cryptos in DeFi that you will ever find. And we actually are very focused on accumulating more miners as a community because those machines are actually like very lucrative in terms of investment, but they are also very, very expensive. Back in the days, anyone could mine Bitcoin in their house with the S9s, and they were still very cheap. Bitcoin was also at a very, let's say, decent price. And nowadays, it's become more of a company thing. Like, you need to have serious money to really mine Bitcoin for real. And since I found out that actually just the way Bitcoin is, it's very decentralized. And mining was also like, in a sense, built to be decentralized. At the beginning, it was, but later on, as time passed and the machines got more expensive, it becomes more centralized towards companies, right? And Miners is trying to help all investors worldwide with no matter how much amount of money they have to be able to still mine Bitcoin, but as a community. So we come together and you guys know the power of the people, the power of a community. Even $1 can be valuable if you all put it together. And that's what we are doing. And not only that, we also are targeting NFTs. Like if you look at our roadmap, we have NFTs in there because it's also a future that looks very bright. And so far, although we have some big names that are still like winning right now, the future, like it's still so early to the point where if you come in right now and you do it right, you still have a very fair chance of winning. So we're also going to target that because we have the people, the experts in our team that know how to build platforms like that. And it simply adds up more diversification to our investment. And also we reward investors in BTCB reflection. So just by holding miners, you are getting reflections from Bitcoin, which is something that we have hardly seen done. And so you can see we are very diverse in a sense, and very important. We are, I think, one of the few cryptos that are backed by real life assets. Like you always hear cryptos about, we have the idea of doing this, of doing that, we want to build this and build that, and we have so many crazy ideas, right? But we aren't just having ideas. We are making and turning those ideas into reality. And we did that from the start. Like the first day we launched, we bought the first miner, actually.
Okay.
And since then, we've been buying more miners, and we are now at 10 miners worth about almost 100,000. 97, I would say it's about exactly. Let me read the numbers from the website because we really try to keep everything as transparent as possible. And we are still upgrading our website, but still for now, you can really see how much we've been investing. You can like take a look at many wallets that are public, and you can see we've already like bought 10 miners, value 97.9 thousand. So it's already like, a lot of transparency from our side. We have the hash rate as well, which is always updated every 24 hours. So we are doing our best to simply, have investors be relaxed and feel safe, and not even just like trying to put everything we can put out there that investors would like to see to feel safe.
So you gave me like an overview, of flyby, and we're going to get into some detail here. But there, essentially, I
Yeah.
picked up four things from you. One, miners is trying to decentralize mining. It used to be decentralized, where these like weird little computer nerds would build their computers, and everyone had this like little rig they're mining. But
Yeah.
now these companies are buying up huge bays and warehouses of miners, and they're running their ant farms or whatever, they're mining machines to mine, and they hold the bulk of the mining supply. So that's one. It's a centralized mining system right now because it's a money game. So you're trying to decentralize it. The second one is NFTs. You're coming up with a new NFT collection, NFT arm. We can get into that one. Third, you're having reflections in Bitcoin. So if you own miners, you get reflected Bitcoin from I'm guessing the Bitcoin that you guys are mining. And fourth, you are
Not
one of
that.
the only, what was that?
We no, that's just a separate reward that you get from simply holding Bitcoin, and you still get Bitcoin rewards, which are simply by which we spread by simply buying and burning our tokens.
Okay.
That's like a second, point that you get from us.
Awesome. So you get those reflections, and then fourth, it's one of the only cryptos that is backed by real world assets. $100,000 worth of miners, 10 miners, $100,000 worth. I saw that you're in some kind of hydro plant or whatever, and being powered by water and all that kind of stuff. We can get into all that. I do want to talk about the main one here, and that's, in my opinion, the decentralization of it. How am I connected to these miners that you have by just buying your coin? How does that process link? Because in my brain, do I like own part of the thing? Do I own part of the rewards? Like, what is the connection between me buying the coin and the mining rigs and machines that you own?
So it's actually very simple. Let's say if you own 1%, right, of minus, just hypothetically speaking, you own 1% of minus, which is quite a lot actually. So when we are spreading the rewards, right, you get 1% of the rewards from Bitcoin
Mm.
mining, right? So also when the reflections have been spread, you also get 1% of those. So everything is simply, let's say, it's simply very like it's just fair. Like you own more, you get more, and it's simply proportional. Like 1% of minus, if you own 1% of those from the rewards that we spread, you get 1%, obviously. And the same goes with the reflection. So it's very proportionally spread. And the minus belongs to the community. So obviously, as people buy our token, we use the taxes to buy the miners to also like fill up the liquidity pool and also to reward holders. So everything that we do comes from simply taxes.
So am I wrong? I don't want to get too deep into tokenomics, but am
Yeah.
I hearing you right in saying if I own like the miner's token, I get paid back in rewards and reflections? Is that two separate things?
Yeah, there are two separate things. Yeah.
Okay, so help me explain that. I get paid back in Bitcoin rewards and then
Yeah.
reflections from miners. That's correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and so anyone could go on the website and just figure out the percentages. I don't really care about the percentages right now, but I want to know about like the mindset. Okay, so I own whatever percentage of the total supply that I of miners that I own. That is the proportional percentage that I will be rewarded back to by the rewards of the miners.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Okay, now I understand. So when you say that the community owns the mining rigs, to me, how is that possible? Like, if I own 1% of this stuff, I go there. I'm not going to be allowed to just walk in and look at my miner or whatever, my 1% of my miner. How does that work?
So actually, if you want to see the miners, you can actually go there and visit the miners and see the miners because you have the right to. So it's in Siberia in Irkutsk. I was there last year. You can see my video on YouTube, and anyone can also go and visit the facility. It's very, it's open for investor actually.
Would I just show like, look, I own miner, and then I can just
No,
go in and
like we partnered with this company, Sabern Mine. It's a German company, I think the biggest in mining, and they have their facility in Siberia because obviously the low cost of electricity, hydropower, which is like 100% sustainable. Like we've been having this little discussions about Bitcoin's environmental effects and all that, and Elon Musk even like pulled out of Bitcoin because of this issue, and that is like the perfect company to like our perfect partner because they simply have all the values that would promote a healthy Bitcoin future, right? And working with them, they host all our miners.
got it.
So every investor can always like show up there and say, hey, we are investors of miners and we want to see the machines, and they're gonna be like, okay, come in, here are the
Mhm.
machines, and we even like have specific like you can track down every machine. Like it doesn't matter how many machines you buy in future, we're gonna always have our numbers, serial numbers that you can always like go and check, and it will be identical with the ones that you see online because we have an account on their platform where you can see all the machines that we are buying constantly for miners online and the numbers too. So it's easy to check.
That's very interesting. I mean, that's such an interesting concept here. So I saw your video, and when you and like the pictures and stuff like that, when you're showing the videos, I didn't see all of them, but so maybe in different parts you showed it. But you were showing like walls of what look like mining rigs, right?
Yeah,
Walls of them. You don't own all of those. You own 10, right?
exactly.
So tell me what your relationship is with this partnership. Who is this partner? um, are you like renting space from them for them to run these miners? Are you renting the miners from them? How does that? Tell me about the partnership between you guys and them.
Actually, the company is like it's a company that does only mining hosting. They host miners. Like you could simply, let's say you are tired of your miners at home being too loud because those machines, they can like they are loud. If you watch my
Yeah.
video, you're gonna see how loud they are, right? And they also like eat a lot of energy. So many people would want to like have a very good return in their mining with their mining machines, but in certain countries it's just too high. Like in Germany, right, where I live,
Hmm.
like electricity is very high. So you can just like send your machines to that company and they would host it for you, and like definitely like take some hosting fees monthly, but they will do all the hosting for you, like even repair the machines for you and even clean the machines. So everything that you normally would do yourself, they will take care of all that for you. That's what they do, and it's their business model. So actually, you are invited if you have the machines at home to really ship the machines over to them, and they will take care of everything.
So they host it. They don't own it, right? I own it.
Exactly.
Or
We own it.
rather, you own it now, and so they are
Yeah.
simply running it for you.
Exactly. They run it for us.
Yeah, don't people do that for like computers, right? Like I used to own like a virtual machine in like Detroit or whatever, and I would be able to log in on my phone and use their machine. And people do that for mining or for like automated clicks and stuff like that. That's what I used it for. I mean,
Yeah,
so,
yeah. You like the thing is, it's still a business today. Like even the computers, as you say, sometimes you might want to do something with the computer that is like super powerful,
mhm.
and you have like more of let's say an Apple computer that's like not that powerful, and you want to use like a super powerful computer, you can still like go online and like rent a more powerful one somewhere else. So it still works. It's a good
Yeah.
business model.
Oh,
Yeah,
very interesting. Yeah, I
yeah.
actually that actually makes me feel a lot better about like understanding about how the relationship of the miners work here. Now, tell me something. Are these what happens if like something goes wrong with the partnership between you and them? You know what I mean? Like if they
The
go out of
good thing,
business, what if they're
yeah,
dealing with their own financial troubles? Like how do I
yeah.
know that this miner token is still backed by good miners, or what could tell me worst case scenario and how you're going to fix that there?
Worst case scenario, we have alternatives, not one, not two. We have many alternatives. So when I was there in Siberia, we didn't only like check out the facility that I came to visit, which was Siberian mine. I also went and checked out competitors, see how they look, how they are built, if they are like, let's say, if they are on the level or above or below the level of suburban mine. And, like you simply just want to have some options, right? To simply know which one you could like use in case of a bankruptcy of the partner you are working with currently.
Yeah.
So we definitely have many options. And we also in Europe, like in Iceland, have some other options too. And we just compared a lot and picked Siberian mine because of the German legal frames of work, because I know how intense and how serious and almost I just know how the German law system is. It's very strict. It's very strict, right? So they having their company in Germany to me says a lot.
Yeah.
Like
It's like they're like Asian parents, you know, I mean, just very strict, you know, you
they,
can't get
they
away
are
with
like
much.
they are very like Germany. That's what
Don't mess
it's
around. You're freaking-
it's just so strict. So like you have to be a very serious person with
Yeah.
very serious intentions to want to have your company be in Germany.
Good deal. Good deal. So okay, so essentially, I'm someone who wants to get into mining, right? And I have
Yeah.
two options. One option, I go on Amazon, I buy an ant farmer. Those things are on back order. I spend $2,000, wait 6 weeks for this thing to come in. I put it in my corner right over here. I run the thing, the fan's running, the AC's running, the electricity's running up the bill, and then I get rewarded back my Bitcoin. That's option one. Option two, I can buy miners. I could buy the miners token and just sit on it, and I own a percentage of the reflections that that are already being built out.
Yeah.
10 miners over there valued at $10,000 or $100,000, and it's going to reflect me back those same tokens, the same amount which I would own right here, just over there. Is that about right?
I wouldn't say so, because like when you buy the miner right yourself, actually everything that the thing mines, it's yours. So because all your investment, all your money is just like in that miner, right? Like if you buy the miner one or two, everything that the machine does is yours, right? With us, we don't put all the money in mining. The currency is also valuable. Like miners is a currency too, so it's also valuable. That's why we don't put all the money in just like mining Bitcoin. We also value the currency and the project that it has on itself. Like we don't only have like mining, which is like one investment. We also have NFT shop coming up. We also have a game coming up. We have a clothing, like a merch store coming up. Sounds like a lot, but the funny thing is we have all the experts in our team to cover all those different sections. And I myself I have a clothing brand in Germany. It's called Sky's the Limit. It's a streetwear clothing brand. That's why I take control of the merchandise store of
Mhm.
miners, where it's gonna be a very big brand as well. I'm saying it's gonna be a big brand, but it's gonna be a good brand as well with high quality, high designs, and the money is also gonna get vested in miners too. Like the profits going back into miners. So we are a very diverse cryptocurrency, and we don't put all the money in just mining. No,
Got
we,
it.
we that's why exactly, that's why
Yeah.
if you buy miners, if you buy miners yourself, rigs yourself, it's still a totally different investment, and it's just, also a good investment, but it's a different investment from investing in miners. In miners, you
Got it.
invest in many things.
It's a diversification of different
Yeah,
things that you like, the value of the coin itself. You got a
yeah.
game, you got merch, you got NFTs. Before we get into more of that stuff, like you said, one of my concerns is that miners is too spread out, but you said that there's a good team behind you. How big is your team, and how much allocation percentage wise do you guys own of miners?
We allocation wise, we have like a marketing wallet, right? We have a developer wallet. They are each 5%. After the burn, we did the burn where we burn 50% of the tokens. So we have that allocation wise 5% for the developer team and
So
5% for
each
marketing.
developer owns 5%, or the whole
No,
team?
no, no. The whole team owns five
Okay,
percent, which
gotcha.
is actually like, it's also already like it's enough. Some people like take more, but I think 5%. We think it's a if the business really does work as we are seriously building it, it should be enough.
And you should deserve to get paid. I've seen some coins that own the developer team owns like 33%. I was like, this is far too much. That's so crazy. That's
Yeah.
nonsense. Okay, so that's how big is your team again?
My team right now we are actually expanding. Like we started with the core of 4 members, and those 4 members are the core and the experts of their niches. So that means underneath each member, there are multiple people working.
Okay. Well,
And I would still say we are 4 because I actually like simply focus on the 4 core members of the team, but the team is more bigger as we have many people working. Let's say under each member, you have many people working.
yeah, got
Like
it. So you probably
yeah,
have 4 people. You probably have you with merch, and then like marketing, and then you've got like a blockchain dev, and you've got a
just exactly.
writer. Okay,
For,
gotcha.
for, for example, like the founder, I do a lot of stuff. I make the videos. I travel where it needs to. Like I try to get all the proof that we need for the company, and I'm always there to talk to the MMAs, and that's like that's my expertise, right?
Got it.
And because I also like take care of the merchandise and many stuff, I also have people in my company that do the design, that
Yeah.
that do a lot of stuff, and there are many people too. And the
Figured.
same goes for every member of the
Yep.
company.
Good deal. Yeah, so you're also an entrepreneur at heart, is what I can tell from you. So hustler to the core. So tell me about these NFTs. You sound pretty excited about talking about the NFTs, and I want to give you a chance to do that. What is so exciting about miners launching some NFTs?
The thing is, I've been talking about NFTs on my channel like prior to launching Minus myself for a long time, and it's a future that is like, let's say, it's it's something that is gonna be definitely a multi-billion space, right? We have this rush, this fight for the NFT platforms where we have different tokens. They all have NFTs. Like it's nothing special. It's not a secret. We know they all have NFTs, right? But a lot of them really don't know how to like stand out. They launch these platforms, then what next? They fail. Obviously, we are also one of those coming out with, well, we have our NFT platform, and we still have a lot of things to do to back and to show that we're gonna have a very good platform. But one thing I can tell you is our game and our NFT platform gonna be linked, which means the NFTs that we're gonna be making on the platform gonna be able to be used in the game too. They need to have a use case, not just like buying and holding. Yes, we're gonna have NFTs that you can also buy and hold because of the beauty of the art, but also we want to have NFTs that are also gonna be usable in the games.
Okay.
And just like think of Fortnite, for example. Fortnite, they probably sell more clothes than some clothing brands.
They sell clothes. They sell like these foam
Yeah,
pickaxes. They sell
yeah,
the guns and stuff like
they,
that.
they
Yeah.
sell guns, like they sell a lot of stuff that are simply used in games. But guys, that's still like if they sell clothes and it's not real, it's a cloth that you use in the game. They are
Yeah.
still selling clothes.
Well, there's a difference between that, though, right?
Yeah,
They have an intrinsic asset in this game that has created like a ravenous fan base here, right? So
yeah,
they can do that.
they
So
can do that. Yeah.
do you think you have that ravenous fan base that would buy the merch?
The thing is, right, one thing with developing stuff is you don't have to really know everything ahead because you can't really predict the future. But what you can do is you have to know what your team can do, right? You need to know if your team is good as you think. Because if your team is good, you're gonna come out with a game, with products, with
Yeah.
stuff that's gonna be interesting, and that's gonna make people want to use. Because most games they start, believe me, like this, mostly start with few people. There are early adopters that get in, they play the game, they're like, oh, it's fun, and then they convince some friends to play the game, and then some marketing kicks in, and then the game becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. But you never see a game just like appear like boom worldwide. It always start somewhere, and we're gonna create those games that's gonna start somewhere, and slowly with our marketing and our team experience and experts find its way to a bigger audience, and
So
that's what we're gonna. Yeah,
so what type of game are you developing then?
still a secret. We can't tell it now.
Come
Still a
on,
secret
man.
because like the thing is like
Still a
you can't.
secret. You mentioned
You
this
know,
game. You mentioned the
yeah,
NFTs.
yeah,
You
bro. The
gotta give
thing,
me like what kind of game? Shooter game, mining game. What kind of game?
we can't tell it now because the thing is we like our investors to have a focus. Like now they are focused on us getting more machines, right? So as we get to the stage where we can build an NFT platform, that's when we start dropping some little hints to like get them excited about NFT
Got
platform.
it.
And when we get to the stage where we start now building the games, we start like dropping some hints because just keep people excited. If you just like say everything now, man, you're a
I'm not asking
spoiler.
for everything. I'm not asking for everything. I'm not.
You're a spoiler.
What type of is it like a Sim City game or is it like a racing game or like what's the genre? Give me the genre.
Nah, I can't do it.
What?
Like
You
the
come
thing.
with the genre? Le genre? Come on, man.
No, I can't do it. Like, I don't want to mess the game up. The thing is, we have, like I said, right? We don't like putting things out there that we aren't yet focused on.
Okay.
You
What are you
know,
thinking? Not focus, not focus. Just side. This like what would be nice? Like just like what? Because to me, how does
okay,
a game connect with miners? It doesn't make sense. Like what kind of
yeah.
miner 49er Oregon
Okay.
Trailer game are you trying to sell? You know what I mean? Like,
Let me give you one little hint of what I would personally like. But like I said, we do have a game expert in the building, right?
okay,
So
I'll
his
ask about that. I'll
opinion,
ask about that separately. But
you
yeah,
know,
okay,
his opinion about the game and the development is above what I would think as a clothing expert.
got it.
So I would love to have an adventure mining game, a game
Okay,
where you like go in an adventure and you like get some gems and stuff like that, and you can, you know, you can like have your own equipment that you use
that's
to dig
cool.
even bigger, like you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and you
I like those type of games. Like when I was growing up, I played this game called Oregon Trail, and you could get like diarrhea, and you could you have
what?
like a group of people, and like you could get syphilis or what. I don't know what you could get, right? I don't know what kind of
Yeah.
yellow fever. I don't know what that is, right? And
Was the jungle game a jungle game kind of?
no, it was like a Oregon Trail. It was like a cowboy western game or something. I was obsessed
Yeah,
about it. Anyway, okay, so that to me makes sense. Like you're aligned with your brand, and you're playing a game. It makes sense to
yeah.
me. Okay, I appreciate that. Is it going to be on like a? It's going to be on PC, I would assume, right? Or phone. Phone would be the best, right?
Phone would be
Phone.
the best, but
Yeah.
like if you like sometimes like nowadays it's actually very easy to like have a game on the phone and on the PC.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit more like, let's say, like back in the days it was a big thing if you like could have it on PC. But nowadays it's actually like very easy. Like there's the same way you have websites that are like suitable for the PC and the phone. You have games that also do both. So
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Now talk to me about this game designer. What kind of games has he worked on? Who is he? Is he doxed?
No, he isn't dogs. Like the thing, like our team, right? As you can see on my website, the only face right now that we see is me because we have this
Okay.
crypto community, and you know how the crypto community is, right? Most people like their privacy, and like I'm cool with that. I'm a YouTuber. I've always been a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I've been making videos. I like talking to people. I like to show my face. I like vlogging. I like doing other stuff. So to me, just being on camera and docs is like
No,
normal
no
life.
big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, but for most people, you got to understand that privacy is also an asset. Like people
Understood.
like to see just
Understood.
be themselves, and just for example, like let's say miners blow up in future and it goes crazy. Guess what? I've got like, to start getting a bodyguard or something. Meanwhile, the rest of the team can simply still go out and have a work,
Yeah.
eat in a normal restaurant and
Yeah.
everything without having any issues, right?
And
So,
then you've got kids and family and all that kind of stuff too,
oh,
right? I mean, like, yeah,
now we're talking.
yeah,
And
yeah. So yeah, so for me though, when I hear, so there has been like this trending in games in crypto, right? Like maybe I would say 8 months ago when I was first starting, games that came out on blockchain were pathetic, dude. Were just absolutely atrocious. Who would play these long term games? And they still are kind of around now. But now, like, and the reason why I think is because people were blockchain thinking first and then game second, UX second, interface, gameplay is second. Now I think like real gamers, real game developers are coming into the space and they're thinking game first and then blockchain second, which is how I like it, right? You got to focus on for me, you got to focus on the product first and then that underlying rebar support of blockchain. So that's what I kind of was, I mean, pushing towards is like I want to see a game developer who is like tested, battle tested, been through like created games, worked on huge projects, AAA games that he could bring that expertise, he or she could bring that expertise to miners. Is that the type of person you have, or is it the other way around?
Oh, by the way, right, with us, every person that gets on board is like an absolute beast in his field. That's what really makes minor really stand out to me, because like when I was talking about my project minus from the start, I was telling, like, trying to get my viewers, because also they were like, you bring out the project, come on dog, what you gonna do?
What are you
What you
doing,
gonna
man?
do?
What are you doing? Yeah,
What you doing? Like,
yeah, yeah,
like your people are always like one of the best critics.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
which is fine. And I was just like, you guys don't know who I got in my team.
yeah.
It's like you're gonna have like let's say Sunday league basketball play with your friends, and LeBron is at your
Sure,
home, and it's a
sure,
homie,
sure,
and
sure,
people don't know. People
sure.
don't know. So
But
that
then
that's
but then you've got like if it's Kobe, he's wearing the masked Mamba. You don't know it's Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
you
Like
you don't know it's Kobe.
I gotta have that skeptical eye. I can't just take people's
Yeah,
word on them.
yeah,
I need to
exactly,
know. Hey, he needs to dox some sooner or later. Whenever you guys are ready
exactly.
to bring that thing out, I want to see. Hey, this guy's got the skills to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like you have Uncle Drew and it's Kyrie. Like you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
So the thing with us is we don't simply just do the talking. We more like work with actions.
yeah,
So when I was talking about we're gonna buy miners and all that, like we have our first miner, our second, it just sounds like numbers. One,
yeah,
two, three, four, whatever, right? What did I do? I flew all the way from Germany. Despite all these COVID whatever restrictions, I
hmm,
flew to Moscow. I went from Moscow. I take a flight, like 6 hour flight to Irkut in Siberia, where I've never been to in my life, just to simply like film everything and
yeah.
be like, guys, okay, here I am. Here are the miners. Like here's the company and everything. Okay,
Yeah,
job done. Back, because like I feel what investors feel,
yeah,
because I also investing in stocks. You understand that as an investor, you need to like do some deep due diligence.
yeah.
You need to check out everything you can check out to simply make sure that your money is being put in a safe place.
I really
So
appreciate that too. Like I appreciated going into your YouTube channel and seeing you walk this dirt trail and talk about how this taxi dropped you off way far off and you've got your friends with you and you're going. I really appreciated, like, if you're saying you're backed by real world assets, I want to see you with the asset. I want to see it there. You know what I mean? Like that's just personally, if people invested in Apple, like we got stuff here to show you that we are developing a product or a service that is going to serve people. And so I really like that. I enjoy that a lot. Um, so give me the. I got two other questions here. Do you have anything that you've been like holding back right now? Like, what is the next best exciting thing for miners that is just going to be a catalyst for price and growth?
I think the next big exciting for miners is our new developer that we just onboarded to give us a design, a facelift of the website, because like after doing our analysis and checking out the investors to see what kind of investors they are, they were mostly very serious investors that like seeing real assets. So our project attracts more serious investors, and that kind of investor have like a different way of analyzing a project. They
Okay.
like to see a real asset. They
Okay.
like to see good fundamentals, which is good. I love
Mhm.
it. And our website so far, obviously, we need to start somewhere with the website, right, to launch a project. But we need to give us a facelift
Yeah.
where we can look more attractive to serious investors and simply have more proof. Because, like, when I flew to Siberia to Siberia and I made the videos, now we have videos of me with the machines. We can also like put those on the website, and we're gonna use all these informations and give ourselves a facelift which looks very professional. And also, our app is gonna come out this year still by the end of the year, which we're gonna work on. And we have this expert that has been working with BMW, BMW, right?
Mhm.
Samsung, worked with Samsung, worked with LG, and also worked with Red Bull. Those are the kind of people we work with.
Yeah,
So
I'm liking
we,
that.
we're getting people that are amazing in their game. And this person has 10 years experience in design. So we're going to give ourselves an amazing facelift to simply make our marketing like 100%, like just more efficient. Because sometimes just pouring money into marketing without having the let's say, the perfect fundamentals isn't going to work. You know,
Okay.
at a certain point, you simply have to focus on the product, as you said, focus on the product, make it look attractive to the point where anyone can understand what it's about and really dig into the idea and then have an easier time investing.
Got it. Do you have anything else to like bring to the table? Like, hey, do you have like anything else that you're sitting on that you haven't like thought about yet that you're like, I need to tell
Oh,
you, Aaron, I need to tell the Cowboys about
well,
this thing about miners.
something I'm waiting for right now is my PCR test to be negative so that I can fly to Dubai on Sunday. And
Okay.
flying to Dubai on Sunday is gonna give me a chance to network with some potential good investors. And I got invited to the World Mining Summit,
Oh,
World Mining Summit in Dubai.
oh, cool.
So I'm gonna go there and represent miners and try to like give some cards and potentially get some people on board, because we know Dubai is a place where crypto lives. Like we have a lot of investors in Dubai. We have a lot of, let's say, potential game changers in Dubai. That if you like get the right people there, you could really have a good catalyst for your project. So that's
Good
something
deal.
that's gonna happen very soon. Just hoping that the test is negative, because this COVID thing, I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Best of luck
Yeah.
there. Guys, if
Thanks a
you
lot.
are interested in miners, if this is something that's interesting to you, that we would have a real world asset, you've got NFTs, you got a game coming out, merch, reflections, and more importantly, decentralizing and getting into the game of mining for Bitcoin, guys, check out miners. Links are in the description. I'm not your financial advisor though. I'm bringing you the man himself here. I've asked him all the hard questions that I got. I'm out, right? I don't know of anything else. To me, we had a, I mean, this was a great conversation for me. That I really enjoyed this one. Junior, if you've got one last thing to say for someone who's not really too sure about investing in miners, what is that? Why invest in miners out of a whole ocean of cryptocurrencies out there?
The,
How can you win us over?
the best thing I would say is please join our Telegram. Just stay there. Give your time. That don't rush. Don't need to like rush right now within a day or a week. We are here to stay. We are here for the long run. We have a team that is dedicated to simply make this work. So just come and stay around our Telegram. Ask all your questions. Give your time. Give yourself the time to like get the questions, because sometimes you might want to ask questions, but they aren't there yet. So simply come in with patience. And I do daily voice calls. So simply join the voice calls and, chat with me, chat with the team and ask your questions. And whenever you feel like, all right, I got all my questions answered and I'm satisfied, I feel like this is a good project for me, then you can invest. Like do this the classic way, no rushing, because it's better to simply do your due diligence first before you invest. And
Good.
although everything sounds like we are doing, like we have so much stack on our plate, guess what? We have experts for everything. So that means it wouldn't make sense for us to say, okay, we ain't gonna do NFTs because we don't want to look too stat. Although we have the expert right here working. So we have a lot of things, but we don't compromise on quality.
Got it. Got it. Thank you, Junior, for being in the hot seat, man. I appreciate this interview. Guys, check out Miners if it's something that you are interested in, okay? Not your financial advisor, just a cowboy with a lizard brain, gorilla arms, and diamond hands, exploring the wild west of cryptocurrency with you. We're trying to find the next Bitcoin here and trying to get us to the next Bitcoin. Is it Miners? You decide. Guys, see you later. Thank you, Junior. We'll talk to you guys soon.